Christmas, a Yuletide celebration of classic game shows. And what better way to make it a white Christmas than with your holiday hostess, Betty White.
You know, I just love trimming the tree, especially when I have a crew of 12 to help. Next up, we'll go back to 1979 for a holiday episode of Password Plus, featuring sweet, adorable, talented Alan Ludden. You know, he just might be my favorite game show host. Anyway, see if you can answer our next play-at-home question. Where did celebrity players Carol Burnett and Bert Convy first meet? No, it wasn't under the mistletoe. So were you listening when Bert and Carol explained where they first met? They were classmates at UCLA. I think they minored in game show etiquette. Now stick around because it's the most wonderful time of the year for more holiday game shows. Right here on Game Show Network, of course.
Winning never sounded so good. Hollywood Showdown, new season premiering January 1st on Game Show. Games of Christmas, a Yuletide celebration of classic game shows. And what better way to make it a white Christmas than with your holiday hostess, Betty White.
This next wild game show has enough crying, pouting, and shouting to take an entire daycare center off of Santa's list. It's from 1984 and features Lucille Ball, Isabel Sanford, and Richard Simmons. Which leads us to our next play-at-home question. What color stripes are on Richard's shorts? Find out when he shows us more than we need to see of his body language. Okay, you can turn your volume back up. The screaming's over. In all the excitement, did you notice what color stripes were on Richard's shorts? They were red and white, just like a candy cane. Or a stop sign. Now don't go away because we're decking the halls with more Christmas game shows right after this.
Christmas, a Yuletide celebration of classic game shows. And what better way to make it a white Christmas than with your holiday hostess, Betty White.
You know what they say, it is better to give than to receive. So why didn't they give me a real tree? Anyway, let's go back to 1990 for a Christmas game show hosted by Football Hall of Famer Lynn Swann. Now, here's your play-at-home question. Which comic strip did guest Hank Ketchum create? I'll be back later with the answer. Until then, get ready to learn all about the Ho-Ho Hotline on this holiday episode of To Tell the Truth. Would I lie to you?
Glade Plug-in Scented Oil for freshness that lasts up to 60 days and won't fade away.
That was To Tell the Truth from Christmas 1990. So, which comic strip did guest Hank Ketchum create? It was Dennis the Menace. And in all honesty, we've got another great holiday game show coming up next. I swear.
Christmas, a Yuletide celebration of classic game shows. And what better way to make it a white Christmas than with your holiday hostess, Betty White.
A special 1972 holiday episode of The Dating Game is next, and it features a guest appearance by everyone's favorite Christmas character. That's right, it's H.R. Pufnstuf. Now there's a date you want to bring home for the holidays. Pay attention to the end of the show because your play-at-home question is this. What kind of kiss is thrown to the audience by H.R. and friends? It's a whole lot of love coming up. Wasn't that cute? Granted, H.R. Pufnstuf is no substitute for Santa, but hey, good holiday help is hard to find. Except in my case, of course. Did you catch what kind of kiss H.R. and friends threw to the audience? It was a Santa smooch. Now, keep it here for more of your favorite game shows, including holiday editions of Match Game, Family Feud, and Card Sharks. Coming up next.
Of classic game shows. And what better way to make it a white Christmas than with your holiday hostess, Betty White.
There's nothing more exciting on game shows than excited contestants. And the players on this edition of Card Sharks get as elated as kids opening Christmas presents and get as deflated as parents opening Christmas bills. Here's what to listen for. Name the two countries from which these two contestants hail. It's an international celebration.
Glade Plug-in Scented Oil for freshness that lasts up to 60 days and won't fade away.
You see what I told you? Some contestants are as animated as Rudolph himself. Did you hear which two countries these two players hailed from? It was Venezuela and England. Stand by for even more holiday game show excitement right after this.
Works 12 Games of Christmas, a Yuletide celebration of classic game shows. And what better way to make it a white Christmas than with your holiday hostess, Betty White.
The word is fun. That's because our next Christmas game is Super Password. Bert Convy hosts this show from 1984. And listen up, because he's the subject of our next play-at-home question. In this episode, how does Bert demonstrate his technical skills? I wonder if he could have gotten these lights to blink. Okay, how did Bert Convy demonstrate his technical skills on this episode? It was by turning on one of the contestants' microphones. What a silent night that could have been. Now, keep your hands off the remote, because we've still got plenty of Christmas game show spirit to go around. Next.
Games of Christmas, a Yuletide celebration of classic game shows. And what better way to make it a white Christmas than with your holiday hostess, Betty White.
Ah, that's more like it. The smell of fresh pine. Now, get ready for big stunts and even bigger laughs on our next game show. Your play-at-home question is this: what Christmas accessory is host Monty Hall wearing on his lapel? Let's turn back the clock to 1979 for this holiday episode of Beat the Clock.
Brought to you by Pillsbury Baked Goods. My heart to yours. Pillsbury.
Did you notice what Christmas accessory Monty Hall was wearing on his lapel? It was holly. And it's still a holly jolly Christmas here at Game Show Network, with just one more holiday game to go. I've got a secret. Not me, that's the name of the show.
Or of Game Show Network's 12 Games of Christmas, a Yuletide celebration of classic game shows. And what better way to make it a white Christmas than with your holiday hostess, Betty White.
Oh, I just love curling up by a Christmas fire. And I plan to do just that when I get home. Now, for our 12th game of Christmas, we'll travel way back to 1960 for an episode of I've Got a Secret in glorious black and white. It features Carol Burnett, straight out of preschool, and I've got a secret myself. I didn't write this stuff. Here's your final play-at-home question. On the set, what is the Christmas tree made of? Hint, it's not cheap plastic like some trees I know. Is it just me, or has Christmas gotten a lot more colorful since then? Anyway, did you hear what the Christmas tree was made of? It was with hundreds of thousands of toothpicks. Watch how easy it is to build one.
No time,
What?
Betty.
We're out of time? Oh, well. I hope you've enjoyed strolling down memory lane with me, celebrating the 12 games of Christmas. For Game Show Network, I'm Betty White, wishing you a very Merry Christmas and very few returns. Bye-bye.